Our side shuffle is a cardio exercise primarily to get the heart rate up. You're also utilizing those quads, those calves, those hip abductors, as well as utilizing the stability in our core and our shoulders. Pretty much a little bit of stabilization throughout that entire body. Starting position for this is you're going to want to be kind of in like a half squat. So we're going to get with our feet a little closer than hip distance apart to begin that movement. Come down into kind of like a half squat here where those legs are slightly bent. I like to have my arms kind of out in a ready position in front of me, but you're welcome to put them wherever you want as long as they're not kind of stabilizing or resting on those quads. We're going to start by stepping that right leg out outside of shoulder width. Bring that left foot back in, right out, left in, right out, left in, and then we're going to head back. Left out, right in. We're separating those feet, and then we're bringing them together. We're holding that half squat throughout that entire movement. Once you get comfortable going through that a few times with a little slower pace, start picking it up, trying to get a little faster and a little faster each time until you get comfortable with that movement from the feet, apart together, apart together. Most common mistakes made on this exercise, number one, is not holding that half squat throughout this movement. We want this movement to be a cardio exercise, which means it's going to get the heart rate up. The way to get the heart rate up is going to be recruiting more muscles, making more muscles have to do work, and then therefore requiring more oxygen, so we're having to breathe heavier and get that heart rate up. By not holding a squat throughout that movement, you're not really forcing those quads to have to kind of maintain throughout that movement. It's going to be a lot easier. So if I'm standing up, kind of just shuffling like this, you can try it on your own a couple times. You can see how much easier it is than kind of getting down, holding a half squat throughout that movement. So that is the number one biggest mistake. The number two biggest mistake is going really fast through it before you're comfortable with the foot movement here. So get comfortable with the apart together a few times and speed it up before you try to go full steam. Otherwise, you're just going to kind of be running around side to side. It's going to be a lot easier to trip yourself, and you're not really going to be focusing on our abductors for this movement as well. Those hip abductors are what brings those legs apart. We want to focus on those. They don't get a whole lot of work on other exercises, so we really want to focus on bringing those legs apart each time and then bringing them back together throughout that movement. So, half squat position, focus on that footwork before you start to progress on it, and then really focus on keeping your core nice and tight and that upper body stabilized. Those legs are the main thing that are moving on this exercise, not that entire body. So we're not kind of just flailing all around like this as we move. We're keeping a nice tight core. We're keeping that upper body stationary, just moving those legs, shuffling back and forth in that side shuffle throughout that movement.